Claret TV talking to Louis Dunne following the 1-1 draw here against Tonbridge Angels. Louis, what was your view of that one?
Yeah, it was quite a tough game. I think obviously both teams are obviously scrapping down the bottom at the moment. I think we sort of expected that sort of game. But I think in moments we showed bits of quality. In the first half especially, I thought once we got the ball down sort of in the final third, we started to play our stuff a little bit. We had a couple of ones that flashed across the box. I think it was a bit. I think we were probably the better team. They had a couple of opportunities, but I think it was a bit 50-50 with us being probably just edging it at half time. And we were happy to obviously go in 1-0 because I think we probably deserved the goal. I'd say. But then, the way the game was going, I think it was always going to be that type of game. It didn't really feel like it would have opened up because both teams are obviously playing for so much towards the end of the season. But no, I think to be fair to the guys, for me, it's a fantastic free kick. He's put it in there from there. And a few of the boys I don't think he's done that all season. So unfortunately, that happened against us. So you've got to give them credit. They came back into a second half. But yeah, I think the game petered out because of how much was riding on it. But for me, from the interviews I've done before, I'm always looking at the positive, and I'm sure the fans are, and we certainly are. We've taken a point today. We can't focus on other results, but people are saying that other teams have lost. So again, that's a positive. So we've taken steps in the right direction, and again, St Albans and then Billericay, obviously big games coming up. We can go out and put in the effort that we're doing at the moment with a slightly bit more quality. I think hopefully we can get a win on the board.
Yeah, and it was quite a battle out there this afternoon, wasn't it? And relatively stop-start, but that makes it difficult, doesn't it? But the lads dealt with that quite well, didn't they?
Yeah, I think sometimes when the game gets like that, you've just got to stay in it in terms of you've got to be talking to the people around you, you've just got to stay in it as a player. Certainly as a player like me, technical player, I've got to just stay in the game and then the moments will come, especially first half. I think like when I got on the ball, I can show what I can do, and I think Dara's the same, Frim's the same sitting in there, and then Tom and Rashi. You've just got to stay in the game. So like for the 5-minute period, whether you're not on the ball, you've just got to stay in the game. And I think we showed that togetherness today, which is a positive. Hemel last week, I thought first half again we were excellent, and we just had that 15-minute spell where we couldn't quite see it out. But for me, I think we've definitely improved. And in some of the losses that we've had, we've played well as well. So for me, I'm only looking at positives now. And you just got to keep a clear head. With 3 points outside the relegation zone. For me, and I'm sure all the players in there, just keep a clear head. Just one game, next game St Albans, keep a clear head and then play your game, play to the game plan, and hopefully that 3 points will come.
Yeah, a point last week and a point this week we'd both achieved with relatively different styles. Obviously last week on the 4G and this week on the pitch. It shows our range, doesn't it, which is going to be important going into the end of the season. Yeah,
I think like with Dave and Simeon coming back as well, that's another positive, a boost with a bit more experience in there, and I think having Dave there probably helped that today, and then Simeon coming on and his fitness getting better, that's only going to help us. But yeah, like you say, we can show we can do both. Hemel was an Astro where we popped the ball about, especially first half, as I said, and today was a bit more of a scrap. But again, we've got that ability to do that and then show our bits of quality. Now we just got to sort of put that together for me for a bit more in terms of minutes-wise. So I think today 45 was probably good. Then maybe 20, not so much. They to be fair to them, they're going to have moments. And then the last 20 was a bit 50-50. We've got to try and make it sort of 60-40 in our favour. And that's with everything, the throw-ins, the free kicks, teams like Hungerford last week or 2 weeks ago, they did that. So we've got to take that into our game as well, and I think we're showing that. So hopefully, going on now, I think was it 6 or 5 games, 6 games left. Take these 2 performances, 2 draws, 2 points, 2 more points on the board into the next game, and hopefully a win will come.
Yeah, and stay focusing on the positives, as you said, 2 points, and that's 2 weeks now where the teams around us have lost as well and not picked up anything, which is important again for us sort of moving forward and keeping our position in our hands.
Yeah, I don't really want to focus too much on the other teams because as you say, it's in our hands. We've got to pick up the points, and we have done with the 2 points in the last 2 weeks. But obviously it does help that the other teams have lost the last 2 weeks, which gives us those 2 extra points, and those 2 games sort of ticked off. But for me, we've only got to focus on ourselves. Like, it's cliche, I hate cliches, but you've got to focus on yourselves, and the group in there are good. Like, they're together. There's no one or no players who are not together. We lose and draw and win as a team. So for me, it's a good togetherness. We've got Friday to come, St Albans away. I've played there before. We've probably all played there before. It's usually a good pitch, which I think will suit us. and obviously we'll probably go into that underdogs. I'm not sure how they got on today, but we go there with confidence from the 2 points we've picked up, and then obviously the big game against Billericay. But for me, again, every game's a big game. Like, just clear your head and just play how we play normally, you know. And there's pressure, but like, we don't feel it because there's no need to put any extra pressure on yourself. Just look at the positive, go game by game, next game, perform well, get the points, and then hopefully by the end of the season we'll be in a position where it's in our hands.
Yeah, and just to focus a little more on that game on Good Friday against St Albans, obviously they're a team that we've already played this season that are looking to be at the top end of the table at the end of the season, but they're a team that we've already shown that we can do it against. So what are your thoughts going into that game on Friday?
Yeah, positive. Like, I remember that it was freezing that night. I remember it was 1-1. To be fair, like, I'm thinking about the games. Like, we played those 5 games where we played against all the teams in the top 7, and I can't think of a game where we've sort of been out of it. Like, I think we're good enough as a group to stay in games. And St Albans will be another test, different test. We'll obviously do the prep on them. You know, they've got strikers who score goals. You know, Jeffers, I know he scored quite a lot of goals, but we'll be ready. And then, as you say, from there, St Albans do the prep, put in the performance, and then we go to Billericay at home. So, yeah, for me, I'm positive. I'm confident in the boys in there. I'm confident in myself, and hopefully the fans can be with us. And I think they have been. Like, they've been brilliant. So, you know, we just have to keep giving them more, and that's it. 6 games, can't do anything else. You know, don't put any more pressure on ourselves. That's from my point of view. Anyway.
Thanks, Lee. Well done, Sam.
No worries, Andrew.